Good afternoon, St. Lucia, and welcome to another edition of Hardtalk here on Fire 107.7 FM. I am your host, Angie, and today we are talking about a whole bunch of stuff, guys. So, yesterday we spent so much time talking about the immigration situation or our foreign policy that we didn't really get the time that I wanted to devote to the police press conference, which was held yesterday morning at Chesterfield, because there are some serious developments coming from that area. So the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is going to be our focus today, and what they have said to us about the crime situation for last year and the situation that we are about to embark on, for the new year. But before we start, of course, the afternoon would not be complete if I did not send birthday greetings to a very, very important listener. But I'm not going to tell you guys who it is yet, and I'll tell you why, because this person has not joined the broadcast. So I'm going to surprise this person. This person is a regular member to the show, and this person is always here. So when this person does sign on, when I have proof that this person is on the show, I am going to send I'm going to surprise this person. So look out, because it's going to be a wonderful show today. Okay, but let us come on, let us send not birthday greetings, but good afternoon, welcome, and thank you for joining us to all of the persons. Let us send special good afternoon greetings to, of course, Mr. Redmond Macheka, to Mr. Cassius Raymond, regular listener, always there, always supportive. Ian Cauldron, who lately has been sharing the live and really, being supportive of the show. I think it's because I was nice to him when he was here during the election. So he's being nice to us. But good afternoon to you. Also, I want to say good afternoon, special good afternoon to Pastor Garfield. And I want to thank Pastor Garfield for really sharing this information that is, as it occurs and as it develops. Pastor Garfield has been sharing the information about the situation in the United States as it relates to immigration, visas, and the like. I want to say a special good afternoon to Miss Veronica Fellenor, who said to me, Angie, you started wearing a little makeup and a little lipstick, and I noticed that you have not continued. Please continue. So, especially for you, Miss Goldie, I hope you like what you see. I want to say good afternoon to Miss Charmaine and so many people who make Fire FM special. Thank you guys very, very much. Moving on. So while we await this special guest, maybe I should call the guest. What do you guys think? Do you think I should call this individual instead of waiting for them to sign on? because it is that individual's birthday, and we really should treat this individual in a special way. What do you guys think? Do you think I should call the individual? I think I'll call the individual. I think I'm going to call this individual, and you guys are going to hear the exchange. Now, don't let the cat out of the bag, guys. Don't let it be known that we are surprising this individual. Those of you who know who I am speaking about, don't let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so the individual, the internet is messing up my surprise, guys. The internet is messing up my surprise. It is so sad. It's okay. I'm not worried. I'm going to call the individual when I see a better connection. I'm going to try again. Let's try again. Flo. Well, it's not Flo. You guys keep bashing Flo. It's not Flo. For once, it is not Flo. Leave Flo alone. I digress. So, back to the police, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force press conference. There were a number of significant announcements made. The one we dealt with yesterday was, in fact, the gun amnesty. But there were other revelations made, other announcements that are very significant to the crime situation in St. Lucia. And you guys would recall that we've not been doing very well, guys. Let's be honest. We've not been doing very well in the crime department. Crime has been at an all-time high, and in my view, the police they're fighting an uphill battle. But one thing I must say about the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is that they don't seem to be giving up very easily. And I applaud them for that. I applaud them for that so much. Regardless of limited access to training because of the Leahy laws, regardless of the uptick in violent crime, homicides, gun crimes, regardless of all of the obstacles that are in their way, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, it seems to me, has simply just made a collective decision not to allow the criminal elements in this country to succeed. And for that, I applaud every man and woman employed at that institution. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force, it seems, have made up their collective minds. They've decided that crime is not going to win. And I am proud of these individuals. I am proud of these individuals. I am proud to see them up there doing their best, refusing to give up. I just feel inspired that, because honestly, I worry about our protective services. I do. I remember being at home and my daughter was playing a video game, and I heard what could have only been gunshots. And I am saying to her, I can hear gunshots. And she says, no, that's the game. But I knew it wasn't the game. It wasn't the video game. It was real life. Because the direction the sound was coming from, it wasn't coming from inside the house. It was coming from outside. And I knew that this was actual gunfire that I was hearing. The next day, I got the report. Shootings in 2 communities pretty close to where I live. And you could hear the automatic gunfire, sounds that I have never heard in St. Lucia before, sounds that I had never heard in St. Lucia growing up. But the sounds that right now don't even scare me anymore. And that's the part. That's the part that is bad about it, St. Lucia, because those sounds, which would have elicited an automatic fear response, a flight or fight response from me and from every other St. Lucian, we hear it and we say, they're at it again. I wonder which one that got hit this time. Another one bites the dust. That shouldn't be. These things should not become the norm in Fair Helen. It's not baby blue, sweet pea. It's aquamarine. Somebody's saying that I look good in this baby blue dress, but it is aquamarine, not baby blue. I don't think I have a baby blue dress. Should I have a baby blue dress? I'm going to find a baby blue dress. Anyway, but thank you so much for that. So guys, this is my fear. This is my fear. That in St. Lucia, we have become immune to the crime situation. We really have. And when Leonard Spider Montoot, was speaking about this some time ago, the SLP made it seem as if he was preaching doom and gloom. I remember Mr. Montoot weekly at those press briefings talking about the complacency that will arise from the police not being able to solve these crimes. Not because the police were not doing a good job, no. Simply because the police needed assistance that they were not getting. And then what happened? I'll tell you what happened. We became complacent. But then, hearing that the police are kicking the crime fighting up a notch. And I'm going to let you listen to the press conference because there's the head table and members of the high command with authority over certain jurisdictions, the Northern Division, the Central Division, the Southern Division, Immigration. All of these individuals are here and they are reporting on their successes, their failures, the work that they still need to do, and even they're also talking about certain cases of national interest. And one of the most pertinent cases that they are speaking about is none other than the demise of Officer Tyson. So, yes, we are finally going to get some information regarding the death of Officer 642 Tyson. Could you imagine? But before we do that, let me just attempt to call the individual just one more time before we go into the nitty-gritty of the broadcast today, because I really, really, really want to surprise this person. I really want to just treat this person to some love, if you speak, if so to speak. So please indulge me for a few minutes while I try to get in touch with this individual. Okay. We're going to try later. I know this individual is going to join the broadcast soon enough, but I really just wanted to surprise them. But that's fine. So, guys, let me take you to the press conference that was held yesterday. We're going to pay particular attention to the officer in charge of the Central Division, and we're going to listen to what he has to say. And this officer, of course, is Mr. Luke De Freitas. No, I think I should start with the officer in charge of the Southern Division, mainly because he provides some clarity on a number of issues that are pertinent to the South. I believe Vieux Fort is one of these. Vieux Fort is one of these areas where I think they've been given the short end of the stick, so to speak. That, in my opinion, that designation as a escalated crime zone, I think it was very damaging to the south of the island. I think it was just unfortunate. I know that at the time it was necessary, but I really expected a bit more. I don't want to say efficiency, because that might sound like the law enforcement officers or the law enforcement officials were not doing their job. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the situation did not warrant drastic action at the time. But what I'm saying is, I feel like the follow-up was not done properly. I feel like Vieux Fort was basically left to fend for itself. I feel as if they just got the short end of the stick. Basically, in my mind, yes, at the time, drastic action was necessary. But I feel like the way it was done, because sometimes not what you do, it really is, oh my goodness. So the individual, let's take a pause, the individual that I was referring to has finally joined the broadcast. So I am going to call this individual right now, and let's see if the individual picks up. Just indulge me a bit. Oh, Flo, you are really messing this up, Flo. You really messing. Well, sorry, not Flo. I'm sorry. Did you say you're really messing up my flow? Okay, So Digicel doesn't want me to call this individual, but that doesn't matter because the individual is listening. So I want to wish a very special individual, Miss Jean-France Francis. You didn't know I knew it was your birthday, did you? A very happy birthday. And from the management and staff of Fire FM, I want to give you a little surprise. Now, if you've been following the broadcast, you would notice that Miss Francis surprised me here on Fire FM over the Christmas season. Yes, she popped in and brought me some gifts. Somebody's asking me to short pay. I can't short pay Digicel, honey. I can't because they're helping me to fix that issue on the transmitter. I have to be nice to them right now. Right. So I need to say a special birthday greeting to Miss Francis. And Miss Francis, I know you're listening, so here is your birthday gift. And I hope everybody else is going to join me. You ready? Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Francis. Happy birthday to you. Oh my God, the voice is a bit rusty, but you get the drift, don't you? Happy birthday to you. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I was going to do that if you picked up the phone, but Digicel was trying to mess with my flow. But you know what? Digicel can't mess with me. Okay, let's go back to... I hope she enjoyed that. It's been a while since I've wished anyone a proper happy birthday. But yeah, let's go back to the police press conference because it's way more interesting than my singing, trust me. So this is the officer in charge of the Southern Division. I think I'll let him introduce himself because he just speaks about Vieux Fort and what's going on. And as I was saying before, I feel like Vieux Fort got a hard time when it came to crime. Not because it wasn't necessary at the time. Let's be clear. The situation at the time required drastic measures. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and we understand that. But it was very hurtful when the official lifting of that ban did not take place. Whereas the police have said that, oh no, Vieux Fort is no longer deemed an escalated crime area. But they didn't have a press conference, an official lifting to say, well, okay, today we are happy to report that we've dealt with the crime situation in Vieux Fort and the designation of escalated crime area is now lifted. Also, what really made it worse was the fact that when the crime situation erupted in certain parts of Castries and the north, that designation, although it was not as intense and as dramatic as Vieux Fort, but crime moved up north when the police began their crackdown in the south. But they were not designated as an escalated crime area. That, in my mind, was unfair. And it feels like the people of Vieux Fort was